Steve and Lisa, you might recall our investigation started months ago when dozens of upset customers contacted KY3. Customers say they paid, some in full, and the jobs are not done. We pulled the county documents. Inspectors noted the work was not up to code. Our list continues to grow. So far, 35 customers tell us they paid Springfield Sunrooms a total of nearly $500,000. And they're not satisfied with the projects. It's not just them. The IOU list goes beyond homeowners.
They just kept saying, oh, we'll pay you, and I never got paid.
Jim Shaver with Intact Construction says he was a subcontractor for Springfield Sunrooms.
I worked with them. After they got into some trouble, been contacted, and they talked to me about helping them clean up some of the jobs. The money wasn't coming in, and so I kind of saw writing on the wall and cut my losses and got out while I could get out.
How much do they owe you?
$4,000.
That's why his business is listed as a creditor. Court documents show it's Chapter 7 bankruptcy.
You might not get it back. You might not get it back at all.
Summer Masterson-Goethals is a consumer attorney.
They are stuck. As long as this bankruptcy case is pending, they won't be able to file any lawsuits against this business entity to be able to recover any of their financial damages.
Upset customers can file a claim with the bankruptcy court to be added as a creditor, but there's only so much money to go around.
Unsecured creditors, such as these customers, they would get paid lower down the line.
They have at least 3 company cars out.
On Your Side went to Springfield Sunrooms.
They still have chairs, and I even see a lamp on. It's definitely not empty in there by any means.
I called the number on the sign.
The company has filed under Chapter 7 of the Bankruptcy Code.
The one question we have is, are you going to complete those jobs? I'm more than happy to call the Springfield Sunrooms owner, Michael Hirahar, except we cannot track down his cell phone number. When I've talked to him in the past, the caller ID displays unknown.
As for Shaver, he's glad to be on the list, but he's not banking on the money.
From the business practices I saw them doing, I'd be surprised if I get anything.
Now, we should mention KY3 Inc. is listed in the bankruptcy case. Springfield Sunrooms owes this TV station money for airing ads. Those ads stopped running when we started this investigation months ago.
Spring into savings and save 2 ways this month.
That's him. Michael Hirahar owns Springfield Sunrooms, also known as Four Seasons. On Your Side viewers tell us in total they've paid $500,000 to this company, and the jobs are not done.
Since our report first aired on Wednesday, a few subcontractors and customers gave me the owner's cell phone. Let's see if he picks up. So I can't leave a message.
We'll make you feel right at home.
We pulled up some old court documents that link Michael Hirahar, the owner of Springfield Sunrooms, to this address. We're going to see if he's home.
We waited for a few minutes. During that time, someone closed these blinds.
Michael, this is Ashley Reynolds with KY3. I'd like to have a conversation with you. We just have one question. We just want to know if you're going to finish the work.
No one ever came to the door.
Maybe they'll do the right thing.
A consumer attorney says a company can finish work even after filing bankruptcy.
They could continue to perform the work and complete the contracts, and any money that would come in, like any payments that are outstanding, has to be ran through the bankruptcy court, and the trustee has to approve that activity. But they could continue to finish the projects that they have outstanding if they chose to.
This is called a meeting of creditors. Now, usually this takes less than 30 minutes. Today, it took more than 3 hours because so many creditors showed up, mostly upset customers. One attorney told me he has never seen so many people attend just a formality. Consumers got the chance to ask the owner questions under oath. No cameras allowed in federal court, but I was there.
That's him in the gray sweater. That's the owner of Springfield Sunrooms, Michael Hirahar, walking into the federal building.
Michael, what do you want to tell your customers?
Hirahar said he paid himself just a few days before filing. It was also discovered why he had lenders outside of Springfield. Local banks rejected the request. So he got loans from lenders in other states with interest rates up to 30%.
By their bankruptcy statement, they wasn't paying their creditors either, so where's the money?
Hirahar told the trustee the Contact KY3 on your side investigation, quote, shut down sales.
We just want our sunrooms to be done, and hopefully whatever is done is up to code.
How much did you pay him?
Approximately $42,000.
$34,100. $18,000.
$48,000.
How much you pay him?
$12,800.
Something, yeah.
$34,200.
Mike, do you want to say anything to your customers? Do you have anything to say about today?
I'm very sorry this has affected so many good people, so many families, our employees, their families, my family, and we're going to continue to cooperate with the trustee.
I could go in the store and steal $5,000 and it's a felony. Well, he's stolen, just here alone, over $200,000. That has got to stand in court somewhere. He's a thief. And he needs to go to jail.
Cashed the check on 4th and filed for bankruptcy on 15th, which is like 11 days after he took the check.
There's power in numbers. And I think with, as we dive in more and more to this, we're seeing that there's a lot more people that were affected. I'm glad that we're able to stop him so other people won't get affected like we were. And hopefully he'll get justice.
Confirmation the Missouri Attorney General is now involved. Here's Ashley Reynolds.
Steve, officials with the Attorney General tell me they have opened an investigation into Springfield Sunrooms. Newly released bankruptcy documents show the company owes thousands of dollars in unpaid taxes to both the IRS and the Missouri Department of Revenue. Also in these new documents, since we first reported Four Seasons filed for bankruptcy, an additional 73 upset customers are now added to the list of creditors. Now, we should point out the Attorney General wants to hear from you. If you feel you were wronged, they ask you to file a complaint. On our website, we have the steps these customers need to take. You can bet we will continue to follow this story that now involves the state's consumer watchdog.
Sold $3,000 right here.
No time to waste.
Sold $14.5.
The early bird gets a truck or two, plus a flatbed trailer. Take a good look, because it's buy as is.
Of course, you are buying all the vehicles as is, whereas conditions.
Grab a snack. This could take all day.
19 out of 19, 18, 19.
There are tools to sort, 200 windows to measure. Even this sunroom demo is up for grabs. Just name your price.
Now 11, now 12, 11, 12, 11.
I do stained glass, and I had this little display house for sale, and I thought if it went cheap enough, it'd be a nice little studio for my stained glass.
Everything is on the auction block. There are literally thousands of items here, including used materials, damaged, and there are about a half a dozen vehicles with the Four Seasons signage. Folks we talked to say they hope to find a good deal and also help in a really sad situation.
I hope some of the people that got hurt so bad get the money.
If you get 10 cents on the dollar or 50 cents on the dollar, that's better than just getting totally hosed.
Anita and Dave Scott come from Thornfield. That's an 80-mile drive.
A lot of stuff is kind of unorganized.
I was kind of like, I should have brought the trailer.
This was our first time inside the Springfield Sunrooms Four Seasons office since the owner repeatedly declined to talk on camera. Motivational messages are on the wall, along with this blank erase board for quarterly sales.
It's very sad to know that some of my money was used to purchase these things that are here and that I got what I got.
J.C. Johnson is not here to bid.
Right there, number 170.
He'll tell you he already lost his bet. How much did you get Four Seasons?
$34,100. There's probably 50% of this stuff here that's nothing but junk.
For On Your Side, I'm Ashley Reynolds.
These are all of the more than 70 bankruptcy documents. Springfield Sunroom is in the red by owing more than $1 million. Starting with Uncle Sam.
It's a long list of creditors. At the top, the IRS and the Missouri Department of Revenue. Springfield Sunrooms owes about $19,000 in back taxes. There are a few insurance companies. Springfield Sunrooms owes this workers' comp insurance company more than $50,000.
Order a 4-season sunroom and get 15% off plus $1,500 cash back.
Springfield Sunrooms also owes its owner, Four Seasons corporate office in New York, more than $60,000 for supplies. 3 business lenders, one based in California, claim the Springfield company owes a combined $400,000.
We'll make you feel right at home.
Michael Hirahar, the owner of Springfield Sunrooms, is listed as a creditor. Court documents show his LLC owes him nearly $78,000. Still, Hirahar paid himself. His take-home pay last year was almost $176,000. He also paid his wife $19,000.
Hey,
hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Barry Banzit welcomed me in his home during his appointment with Four Seasons. You might recall he paid $34,000 and got this. He has since hired other contractors and got the job done.
I'm Ashley Reynolds with...
I'm Jason. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm a reporter with KY3.
I've seen the videos.
Okay, that is me.
I'm not a spokesman for the company.
Jason Rose is a field technician who eventually agreed to go on camera. Here's why.
This is certainly not a representation of how we would conduct business.
How many homes have you seen?
Numerous.
He's seen firsthand what we've shown you for months.
It can't help but make you angry. And, a little heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Very heartbreaking. As I was explaining to one customer, almost everyone I've met reminds me of a neighbor that I've kind of grew up next to. And not only do they remind me of a neighbor, they kind of invite you in and treat you like a neighbor.
This trip is all about assessing. There's no plan on how or if customers will get help.
This is a fact-finding mission. We're obviously here for the homeowners to see what can be done. As you know, we're a sunroom and window manufacturer. A lot of the jobs I've went to, I'm finding that are not our material and are conventionally built room additions.
So what's going to happen?
I really have no idea.
There's a newly discovered problem with the contracts. Look, Banzit's contract has the Four Seasons logo.
No, these are not our corporate contracts.
We were, in the beginning, thought we were hiring Four Seasons. That's why we hired Four Seasons, because it was a good name. Right here on my contract, it says model, Four Seasons. Well, it turns out that it's not.
Will you be back?
Very possible, extremely possible.
The owner of bankrupt Springfield Sunrooms might have to pay another bill, and it deals with possible fraud.
On Your Side, reporter Ashley Reynolds has covered this story from the beginning. She joins us now with this new twist. Ashley?
Steve and Lisa, new bankruptcy documents are titled with the words fraudulent transfer. You know this story. 50 customers tell On Your Side they paid Springfield Sunrooms, also known as Four Seasons, a total of $800,000. Those projects are not done. The company filed for bankruptcy. Now, here are those new documents. The trustee, now that's the court worker in charge of the case, finds the owner, Michael Hirahar, gave himself a 12% raise in salary just a few months before filing for bankruptcy. That's a more than $3,000 paycheck each week, $175,000 a year. The trustee claims Hirahar knowingly did this when funds were insolvent, meaning the money was just not there. Court documents also show the company's general fund paid for his family's country club membership. That's more than $2,000. Plus, the trustee says he withdrew thousands of dollars from the company. The trustee is asking him to pay back more than $38,000 he labels fraudulent. A judge must agree to this request. Now, I talked with a consumer attorney who does not represent anyone in this case about what this means for those dozens of upset customers.
If I were a layperson who had purchased a sunroom or felt deceived by this guy, I would take away from this that clearly he's done some shady things, and even the bankruptcy court is seeing that. Even the trustee has questions about that. So I would feel good knowing that someone is combing through the details very carefully to make sure that he's not defrauding the court.
But the owner has every right to dispute it.
He has the right to dispute this, yes.
Now, if Hirahar has to pay back $38,000, That's added to the pot of money that will eventually go to creditors. Attorneys tell me this development does not stop the bankruptcy proceedings. The Attorney General is still investigating the case. Michael Hirahar, the owner of the bankrupt Springfield Sunrooms, also known as Four Seasons, has now too filed for bankruptcy. You know the story. Nearly 50 customers tell On Your Side honest pay did not result in honest work. In total, they paid the company more than $600,000.
Barry Banzit never got his sunroom, and he's out more than $30,000.
In my opinion, he's committing fraud again to get away from being held accountable and responsible for payment back to us.
Court documents show Michael Hirahar has a long list of creditors, make that 14 pages. Besides customers like Banzit and supply companies, Hirahar also owes Uncle Sam.
I can't do that. I have to pay my taxes. Why shouldn't this man?
Along with the Missouri Department of Revenue.
Interesting. Let's see how he gets away from that one.
Bankruptcy papers also show Hirahar moved to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and he is not renting. This address matches this home.
Real nice.
According to real estate websites, it's worth more than $300,000.
I think this supports the fraud, the lies, the deception. If this man can go from bankruptcy, move to Oklahoma City, and move in something like this, then I say that's a red flag.
Hirahar is scheduled to be in federal court for this case in October. The Attorney General's office is investigating.
He's back in Springfield Federal Court, and customers heard don't expect to get your money back.
Now to an update in our ongoing investigation into a bankrupt Springfield sunroom business. Here's On Your Side reporter Ashley Reynolds.
The company closed and filed for bankruptcy. The owner, Michael Hirahar, has now too. Today was what's called the annual meeting of creditors for his personal bankruptcy case. No cameras allowed inside federal court, but I was there.
Mike owes my girlfriend and me $23,500.
$34,300.
$34,200 plus damages.
$19,000.
$12,300. $62,160.
These customers were just told by a court worker, don't bank on getting a refund.
When someone hauls you to the cleaners for $34,000, then it's hard to take, and you're not going to get it back.
95 pages of bankruptcy court documents show a long list of creditors. Topping the list, Uncle Sam. Michael Hirahar is also behind on his Missouri taxes. He moved and recently bought a $317,000 home in Oklahoma City.
There's no way that this man is financially bankrupt.
Spring into savings and save 2 ways this month.
Hirahar is employed. He's selling sunrooms. Again.
We'll make you feel right at home.
But now for a different company. He said in court how much money he makes.
When you put in salary and commission, he's making $175 and whatever his wife is pulling down. And that's pretty good for somebody who goes bankrupt both personally and in business.
With my camera in hand, I had a few questions. His attorney stepped in.
Michael, can you tell me why you're still selling sunrooms?
Because he has to make a living.
Well, these people
which he's entitled. That's up to the trustee and on whether they recover anything.
He obviously has no scruples. He obviously is a fraudster. He's a crook. And he should be jailed.
Anything else?
Anything you want to tell those customers?
I don't think so.
The Missouri Attorney General is investigating. Upset customers can file complaints.